Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the 2024 OCTLA Top Gun Gala. We'd like to begin tonight's program by acknowledging our sponsors who have generously underwritten this event. Our diamond sponsors, the Hamampur Law Firm, Chernoff Bedart Echeverria. Gold sponsors, Manley Stewart Finaldi. Silver sponsors, Jackson Investigations, Steno, Argos Law, Robinson Calcagni, Signature Resolution. Our bronze sponsors, Cass Settlement, KW Court Reporting, Robert Schindren, Z Settlement Advisors, Ringler Associates, Simon Law Group, Ikuda Hemsath, Ayala Sharino, Gibson Hughes, Nordine Law, Atlas Settlement Group, our valet sponsor, Hicks Law Firm, our centerpiece sponsor, Neerhoff Settlement Planning, tribute program sponsor, Judicate West, photo op sponsor, Baldwin Settlements, silent auction sponsor, Cervantes and Chambers, our wine sponsor, Aiken Cohn, our cocktail sponsor, Bentley and Moore, martini sponsor, Biznar Chase, and last but not least, our after party sponsor, Rizio Lipinski. Please give a hand to our sponsors. We also want to welcome and acknowledge our judges in attendance tonight. Our sitting judges are the Honorable Robert Goodkin, presiding judge Maria Hernandez, the Honorable Lon Hurwitz, and the Honorable Kimberly Nill. We also want to acknowledge our retired judges, the Honorable Frederick Aguirre, the Honorable Gail Andler, the Honorable Halim Danidina, the Honorable Brian Foster, the Honorable Abraham Khan, the Honorable Linda Marks, the Honorable Franz Miller, the Honorable David Thompson, and the Honorable Stephen Sunville. And last but not least, we want to acknowledge and recognize our past Top Gun winners in attendance. Please stand and be recognized if you are a past Top Gun winner. Our past Top Gun recipients are Sean Burke, Gary Chambers, Brian Chase, Annie Deladonna, Jonathan Dwork, Ricardo Echeverria, Larry Eisenberg, Thomas Fair, Grayson Goody, Daniel Hodes, Arash Hamampur, Michael Gendron, Jennifer Johnson, Claire Lusich, Brian McCormick, Keith Moore, Michelle Reinglass, Greg Rizzio, Bill Shapiro, Eric Trout, Atticus Wegman, Steve Young. And a big thank you to our committees, our Top Gun Event Committee, our Top Gun Selection Committee, and our Public Relations Committee for all of their hard work throughout the year. Let's give them a round of applause. You'll also notice at your table a couple of QR codes. There are two. One is to download our tribute program for the night. And the second one is to upload photographs of the evening to share with your friends here tonight. Please take advantage of the QR codes. Additionally, our silent auction is still open. It closes at 7:45. We encourage you to get those last bids in for the silent auction. And now I want to introduce our charity that we've partnered with for this year, A Quarter Blue. As many as 1 in 4 children will experience childhood sexual abuse. It goes without saying that childhood sexual abuse is among one of the most vile ills affecting our society. Unresolved trauma negatively affects survivors for the rest of their lives. A Quarter Blue provides trauma-focused therapy to survivors of childhood sexual abuse. They work with survivors to heal their trauma through early intervention, which enables them to live lives which are happy and fulfilling. Your donations tonight will provide treatment to countless survivors in our community. Please join me now in welcoming A Quarter Blue Executive Director Martha Wade to share more about this amazing charity.
The difference between Whit and myself. It makes me think of, there are 2 gentlemen in this room whom I went to high school with, Eric Trout and Greg Rizzio. And Greg reminded me of my name when I was in high school, Gidget, which means girl plus midget equals, yes. Oh, wow, they're not liking you very much right now, Riz. But in all seriousness, 1/4 of children will be left blue from the trauma of sexual assault. I am one of those statistics. I was a victim of sexual assault at least from the age of 7 to 13. I do not have a clear beginning nor a clear end, which is very common when we dissociate, when something very difficult is going on in our lives. I was an obedient little girl who followed my parents' directives to obey adults and not question our elders. This made me a very successful child actor, but a manipulated and abused little girl. What happened in front of the camera was admired and rewarded. However, what happened behind closed doors was insidious and numbing. At the age of 25, I was given the opportunity to peel back the layers of those hidden secrets when my abuser's acts became public, and 35 known victims were found out to be victimized by the same man. Thankfully, the church who unveiled those truths about an iconic church leader went to the police, put a lien on his home that paid for our therapy, and had support groups for us, our parents, and our significant others. To be believed, heard, and affirmed that I was not alone was a tremendous jumpstart to my healing. I knew right away that I wanted to make a difference and use the pain of my childhood experiences to help others know they're not alone. I am one of them. And I am confident that many of you who sit here today are one of us. However, even if you are not, I hope that you can understand the need for compassionate, creative, individualized, effective mental health care, victim advocacy, and social services for those who are affected by this crime against children. There was a time that A Quarter Blue were hearing guilty, guilty, guilty. Children were being heard, believed, validated, and protected as the gavel dropped and pedophiles were held accountable for their audacious acts against children. However, in the past few years, we have only heard guilty once. When a Manny was sentenced to over 700 years for violating 17 known young boys. With diminishing resources, fewer and fewer cases are being filed. More and more children are being forced to be reunified with their abusive parents. Fewer and fewer seasoned professionals are available in courts, medical facilities, and mental health centers. Fewer and fewer therapy sites have room for clientele, including a Quarter Blue. A Quarter Blue needs at least 2 more therapists to meet the needs of our current 43 waitlisted clients. This honestly breaks my heart because I'm the first call. People have mustered up the strength and the courage to reach out for healing and hope, longing for someone to believe them and walk down the healing path with them. And I have to tell them, we will get to you. I'm so sorry you have to wait. Yesterday, a young man called me back. He has been on our wait list, and he says, I just need a lifeline. He said, I feel like I'm skidding through the mud. And I try to encourage them in those phone calls that I have with them while they await trauma-informed therapy, which a Quarter Blue offers. But there simply is not enough money for us to have the staff that we so desperately need. The effects of unresolved trauma without intervention such as a Quarter Blue will rear their ugly heads in drug addiction, homelessness, suicide, human trafficking, and increasing violence in each of our neighborhoods. With the knowledge that early intervention is key to restoring childhood innocence, and 95% of childhood sexual assault is preventable through education, which a Quarter Blue offers, why is funding for a Quarter Blue so challenging? A Quarter Blue's Trauma Recovery Center is experiencing extreme financial hardship with the state's fractured finances. Where are victims of crime supposed to turn? How are they supposed to pay for the weekly or bi-weekly help that they deserve and need? When California's average therapist charges $150 to $250 for each session. Think of a family of 4 whose daughter or son was violated by someone not within their family. They need help. They need to be validated. They need someone like our staff to walk alongside of them as they approach the confusion and the mounting letters that come through the mail and everything that goes into potentially filing a case. This family of 4, who normally would take 35 sessions each to really experience restoration, that would cost them $21,000 to $35,000 in a year. They would be paying for something that they did not do wrong. Can you imagine a world where the victims do not have to pay for the pain and confusion another man or woman inflicted upon them? I am so thankful for Orange County Trial Lawyers Association for understanding the needs of victims of crime. I greatly appreciate your investment in a Quarter Blue and its clients. We are honestly humbled by you giving our clients a forum to be heard through my voice and through the voice of my board and staff. Thank you for being part of equipping A Quarter Blue to continue to help victims of crime embrace hope and healing, as together we will develop a less violent and more compassionate world. Thank you so much for being a part of A Quarter Blue.
Our child was identified through an investigation of having been abused by a trusted, not related adult in our lives. As parents, we were completely and totally blindsided by this revelation. A Quarter Blue has, through their caring counselors, both literally and figuratively held our hands as we all work to rebuild our family and find justice for our son. Our brave son, he is working through his trauma at his own pace and has said on numerous occasions that he feels hopeful and secure. That's success right there. For a child to have suffered the level of abuse that he has, to be able to verbalize these big feelings is nothing short of amazing. All due to the work he has done under the loving guidance of the team at AQB.
A Quarter Blue is a safe haven where victims and their families can receive therapeutic and emergency financial support they need.
Our staff is trained specifically to address trauma. Few organizations specialize in treating victims of violent crime.
As a detective, I often see the same victims of domestic violence over and over again. They can't escape the circle of violence, but my role as a detective is too short to provide meaningful emotional support. As a therapist at AQB, I have the time to work with people to help them break that pattern.
Seeing my clients learn to take care of themselves again, or in some cases for the first time, means we have helped enable them to move forward with their lives.
AQB also provides educational and training seminars. These include crime prevention workshops for parents, caregivers, and service providers. In addition, we train school districts, health professionals, and law enforcement on effective interventions with crime survivors and their families. As an indicator of our success, we're the only state-certified trauma recovery center in Orange County.
For our clients receiving therapy, we offer emergency assistance for food, rent, transportation, relocation expenses, income loss, and medical care. All services are provided free of charge. Most victims of crime would never get the help they deserve without free services.
I first became aware of A Quarter Blue when, sadly, one of my friends found their family needing the services and support of Martha and her team. Being a friend to a family who were all victims of crime was heartbreaking. They felt so broken, so violated, so lost. It was an honor to know that my financial contribution was genuinely being used for such an amazing cause.
AQB needs your help to create pathways towards resilience and restoration for crime survivors. A Quarter Blue requires a minimum of $70,000 a month to fulfill its mission. Please, make an investment in the lives of the most vulnerable members of the Orange County community. Your donation secures a place for them to belong and be heard.
I'd like to welcome up to the stage past president, friend, and mentor of mine, Keith Moore, to perform the auction for tonight. Keith.
Matt, we good? All right. So if that doesn't touch your heart, then I don't know what possibly could. Martha, you are a true champion for sharing your story and for helping those children. I mean, there's no better charity that we could honor tonight. So let's hear it from Martha and a QB. Okay. Now, I tried to calculate out with all of these big superstar lawyers here. And I mean, we've got some incredible lawyers like Rob Gibson, Eric Trout. Look at this guy, Greg Rizzio. I mean, Jerry Klein. We got them all here tonight. Vince Howard, Ted Wack. We got like the biggest of the bigs. I tried to calculate out, and I'm like, maybe we got $1 billion worth of verdicts and settlements in this room. So we are just going to raise some money tonight. And, you know, make sure we lock those doors so nobody runs out of here, okay? And maybe Arash might have $1 billion himself. Where is Arash, okay? Like, this is ridiculous. So, if you don't know how this works, here's how it works. Shh. I'm going to be up here for about 10 minutes. And Whip Birch said to me, Keith, you know, you've raised $300,000 before, but 300 is nothing because this charity is truly one of the most needy and incredible charities that we could ever honor. And so I'm going to try to push that bar up, okay, to $400,000 tonight. And I know that this room can do it, all right? So we've got some live auction items. Then we're going to shoot over to some basketballs that I got Dominique Wilkins to sign with Top Gun on them, personally signed for this event, for this charity. Okay, so let's hear it for Dominique Wilkins, everybody. All right, Matt, let's put up the first auction item tonight. And all you need to do is raise that paddle in order to be bidding on this. So let's take a look at the screens. Shh. They wanted me to say yeehaw because I was wearing this University of Texas burnt orange jacket, okay? If you didn't know, all three of my daughters went to the University of Texas. Hook 'em horns. Hey, Annie, this doesn't go down, it goes up, kid. So we've got Stagecoach, all right? I see you, goody. We got April 25th through April 27th. We got a great room at the Westin Mirage Golf Resort. We've got 3 days of general admission. We've got the Corral Pit. We've got everything going for us. Shoot up the next thing so we can see who's playing during Stagecoach. Shh. Unless you're ready to bid, if I hear you talk, I'm pointing at you. We got Eric Church, Jelly Roll, okay? Somebody save me. Me from myself. Uh-oh. Matt, why am I hitting that? All right, let's start this incredible package at $4,000. I got $4,000. Grayson Goody, a former trial lawyer of the year, number 405. Do I hear $4,500? We got $4,500. This young lady, 138. Do I hear $5,000? I got $4,500. Do I hear $5,000? We got $5,000. Grayson Goody, number 405. Do I hear $5,500? We're just gonna go right up. $5,500, number 138. Shh. Hey, Larry, I'm working up here. All right, you can bid. Everybody can raise those paddle. We got $5,500 here. Do I hear $6,000? This is a giveaway. $6,000. I got $5,500. We got $6,000, number 405. Do I hear $6,500? Don't be afraid, ma'am. It's only another $500. No, you're stuck at 6? All right. We got $6,500. 6 or 6,500? Where was I? 6. Do I hear $6,500? We got $6,000. 6,000 going once. Shh. 6,000. Oh, we got another 6,500. Ted Wacker. I knew that he'd come through for us, ladies and gentlemen. $6,500. He does like Stagecoach. I saw those pictures on Facebook. Do I hear $7,000? And your wife's got those cute cowboy boots, so there you go. $6,500. Do we hear $7,000? 65 going once. Grayson, that's like a kick in the bucket for you, man. 6,500 going once. 7,000, he's stuck on 6,500. Going twice. Sold to Ted Wacker, everybody. Incredible trial lawyer, Ted Wacker. All right, let's put up the second item. Now, shh. I know you're all excited about this next one. Brian, I see you right there. I forgot to mention the great Brian Chase right here, everybody. So, we've got, this is my house in Austin, Texas. Hey, Matt, shoot to the next one, will you? Next slide. So, we've got this beautiful house in Travis Heights, about 1.5 miles, 2 miles from campus. You are going to have the opportunity of a lifetime, 3 nights, 4 days. You're going to be staying at my house. I got the burnt orange tuxedo on right here, Braden, okay? And you get to go to the University of Kentucky game, Kentucky versus Texas. And we got a Vince Young signed jersey. He happens to be a friend of mine. I'm not dropping names because I'll trip over them. But we got a $300 gift certificate at Vince Young Steakhouse. And I may be able to get you on the field for the game. So, go back to the first slide, will you, Matt? Thank you. Keep going, one more back. This is for the game on November 21st to November 24th. The game's on November 23rd. We've got 2 incredible tickets. We're going to start this off at $3,000. $3,000. Do I hear 3,000? I got number 442 right there, $3,000. Do I hear 3,500? I promise you this is going to be a lifetime experience. 3,000. Do I hear 35? I got 3,500, Brian Chase. You're going to be in Austin, Texas. Hook 'em horns, baby. Come on, John. 35. Hey, Annie, tell your husband this is not down like this. We ain't no TCU frogs. 3,500. Do I hear 4,000? Let's move this up. We got 442, $4,000. Do I hear 4,500? Brian Chase, I know you're having a big year. 4,000 over here. Do I hear 4,500? What does this mean? Does this mean yes or no? Up or down? What do you got? 4,000. We got $4,000 going once. Brian, 4,000 going twice over here. You're going to give that away, number 442. Sold to number 442 for $4,000. All right. Next item up for live auction. Oh, whoa. I forgot to mention on that last item, we got $1,500. Brian, you blew it, baby. $1,500 in airfare to this gentleman as well. Holy smokes. Congratulations, 442. All right, Jonathan Michaels, very nice guy, great product liability, defect attorney. He has donated these incredible tickets. Now, are you available on January 13, 2025, seats 5 through 8, 4 tickets against the Miami Heat. They are actually right behind the bench. So you're going to be able to throw things at the players, high-five them, talk to them, do whatever it is that you'd like to do. These tickets are exclusive and literally, they went, I'm not kidding, for $30,000. $30,000. But tonight, Eric Dubin, I'm going to give you an opportunity at $5,000. 4 tickets, all the food and drink you can have, $5,000. Here we go. Let's start out with $5,000. We got $5,000, Jason Argos at 161. Do I hear $5,500? We got 5,000. Do we hear 5,500? Miss, I don't know why $500 is so scary to you over here. 5,000. 5,500. No, it's 55. We got 5,500, 138. Do I hear $6,000? We got 6,000, number 433. Remember, these went for $30,000. We got 6,000. Here we go. Do I hear $6,500? 4 tickets, all you can eat and all you can drink. $6,000. Do I hear 6,500? 6,000. 6,000 going once. Who was that over here? What number? Number 433. $6,000 going twice. Sold over here. Congratulations. Folks, we're only about $250,000 away from our goal, okay? That's not a lot, right? I mean, Bill Shapiro has that in his pocket right now. Next item up. Oh my gosh. Whit Birch put this beautiful package together. 4 days, 3 nights. This is a 1,400 square foot bedroom loft suite, full kitchen, living room. You're going to ski in and ski out right from the Grand Summit Hotel. Literally, if you go online right now, you're going to check this out. It is magnificent. And don't forget, people in the back over there, you guys can bid too, okay? So, you're going to have ski passes. You're going to have a ski lesson. If you snowboard, either way, you're going to have a great time. This package, literally, we're going to start out with $3,000. Do I hear $3,000? We got $3,000, number 177. Do I hear $3,500? That's a gift at $3,000. $3,500, number 237. 247, how about $4,000? It's a gift, I'm telling you right now. $3,500 over here. Do I hear $4,000? What? This is all going to charity. Number 241, $4,000. Do I hear $4,500? You're going to be skiing in Utah. Mr. Perozzi, 305, $4,500. Do I hear $5,000? We got $4,500. Do I hear $5,000? Shh. We got $4,500 over here. Do I hear $5,000? Don't be shy, people. This is all going to charity. $4,500. $4,500 going once. You're really making my job tough here, Tom. $4,500. Do I hear $5,000? We got $5,000 over there. Thank you. Is that Judge Marks? Oh my goodness gracious. Now that she's a mediator, whoa, baby. 5,000. Holy cow. That's like a new pair of shoes for her. There we go. $5,000. Do I hear $5,500? Hey, you might not want to bid against Judge Marks because she is a mediator, okay? And she could cut you, but I doubt it. She's the best in the business. $5,000. Do I hear $5,500? I got $5,000 over here. $5,500. $5,000 going once. You keep shaking that over there, miss. I see you, sweet James. $5,000 going twice. Sold to the best mediator around if you can get in to see her, since Eric Trout has her booked for like 2 years. $5,000, Judge Linda Marks. Thank you so much. Next item up. Oh my gosh. I'm not kidding. This is an incredible item. Shh. This is an incredible item. I'm almost done up here, I promise you. This is a luxury OC staycation. Feast your eyes on this. You got a 2-night stay at the incredible Pendry Hotel where we're at right now. You get to have a Friday to Sunday rental in a Ferrari or a Rolls Royce. Show those pictures, please. Then you got a golf excursion with my partner Greg Bentley at Big Canyon. That's a valid point. Yes, you have to have Greg, okay? Matt, pull that back up, okay? I can't believe Jeff And this is the best part of this. Listen carefully. Shh. I'm not kidding. You've got Oceans 48. Look at what they've done. They donated this for us, especially for this charity, okay? You get dinner party of 4 people, cocktails, wine, dessert. You sit wherever you want in the restaurant. They are going to take care of you like you are kings, okay? If you haven't eaten there, it'll probably run you about $500 per person. This is a spectacular opportunity. And you get to golf with Greg Bentley, 3 people, Big Canyon, plus the 2-night stay. So we're going to start this one off at $5,000. Do I hear $5,000 from any of you rich trial lawyers? We got Jason Argos, number 161 at $5,000. I'm going to jump this, Tom, to the $6,000. This is a $10,000 item. 371. Look at that. Mr. Tom, my gosh, great mediator himself, number 371 at $6,000. Do I hear $7,000 for this $10,000 item? We got $6,000. Do I hear $7,000? Did I say 7 already, Tom? $6,000. Do I hear $7,000? We got $6,000. We got $7,000 for Jason Argos, Top Gun Med-Mal Trial Lawyer of the Year this year. Congratulations. We got $7,000. Do I hear $8,000? Boy, oh boy, everyone's getting so tight. You know, you look on Facebook, you look on Instagram, you see these $1 million verdicts. We got $7,000 for this young man here. Do I hear $8,000? We got $7,000 going once to Jason Argos. $7,000 going twice. Sold to Jason Argos. Congratulations. All right. Here we go. Congratulations. That's an unbelievable deal. Now, every year, and if you were here last year, when Eric Trout won his like 20th award and trophy and what have you, we had Sugar Ray Leonard come in, right? This year, I talked to Dominique Wilkins. He signed 10 basketballs for us. He couldn't make it in tonight, but we have 10 basketballs with Top Gun on them. You cannot get Dominique Wilkins to sign a basketball like that. So, we have 10 of them, only 10, $2,500 each. You don't have to be a prior Top Gun Award winner, Dan Hodes, okay? You don't have to be a structured settlement broker, Tracy Cass. You could just be a regular person, right, Jerry Klein? So, we got 10, $2,500. I just need 10. We got number 363, Ben. We got number, that's 1 gone. We got Dan Hodes. Flip that number, Danny, so I can see it. 377 is 2. 399 is 3. Aaron Hicks is 4. 181. 183. Bill Shapiro. Greg Rizzio, incredible trial lawyer. What number is that, Greg? 301. That's what, 5? How many is that? We got number 355 over there. We only have a few left. Hopefully we only have a few left. Who else? Annie, prior trial lawyer of the year last year. Congratulations, number 265. And she just got another person released after 30 years of imprisonment. Let's hear it for Annie. Folks, we got 2 more left. Brian, what do we got over there? Yes or no? I'm pointing at you, Mr. McCormick. $2,500. We got number 111. There he is, man. My guy. He is the best private investigator we have, Cameron Jackson. I think we got 2 left. 2 basketballs left signed, Top Gun. 2 left. Anybody? Nobody? We got number 368. Thank you, Irene Calderon. Incredible. Thank you. Tell George I appreciate it. All right. And we got John Manley, number 151. We got rid of all 10 basketballs. By the way, that's another $25,000 for a quarter blue. So let's hear it for that. We need to raise some money tonight. Shh. I'm almost done, I promise. And then we'll get to these magnificent trial attorneys of the year. They literally have killed it this year. They're incredible lawyers. We're going to ask for donations here because we need therapists. We need counseling. We need so much for these children, okay? And I want everybody to remember, this is a charitable deduction, and it's about giving, okay? So we're going to start out with $10,000 donations. I need 5 people at $10,000. I've got Susan Kelly from the Orange County Trial Lawyer Charity donating. Yes, OCTLC is $10,000. We got Mr. John Manley at number 151. Arash Hamapour is another $10,000. Mark Robinson, the most incredible trial lawyer, another $10,000, number 235. Look at this check. This side, Brian Chase, $10,000, number 281. This side of the room, feel free to give from your heart, okay? We've got $10,000 donations so far. All right. I'm going to move along, and we're going to drop this down to $5,000, okay? Now, shh, I'm almost done, I promise. $5,000 donations. We got number 302, Erica and Greg Rizzio. We got Rob Gibson, incredible trial lawyer. Thank you, Rob, that's $5,000. That's 2 people. We got Jennifer Johnson, that's 3 people, number 385. We are doing fantastic. Anybody at this table over here, $5,000. We're going to work our way around this room. $5,000, Tracy Cass, number 291. Eric Trout, number 413. Phenomenal. We are boosting this up, and we are going to have therapists, and we are going to have so much help for these kids that have been sexually abused. So, anybody else at $5,000? We got number 170. That would be Sean Burke, $5,000, moving into mediation. Great med mal attorney. How many Top Gun awards, Sean? 3? 3. Oh, that's all right. Dan Hodes is like holding the record. All right. Any more $5,000 donations? Let's move this right down to $2,500. And then we're going to go even lower. $2,500, Jeff Roberts. What's the number there? 398. We got Dan Hodes, 2,500. Flip it around. 377. We got number 192 here. Oh my gosh, the newest member of the Aboda Club, Miss Cervantes Chambers. All right. Number 186, 2,500. Brian, thank you, Shapiro's. We got number 510, Jerry Klein, another fabulous lawyer. We got number 300 over here. What's your name, sir? Max? Thank you, Max. $2,500. Do I have any other 20? We got another one. Is that Cameron and Whitney, our 2 superstar court reporters? Number 359. Thank you, guys. $2,500. Any more $2,500 donations? All right. We got 183, Bill Shapiro. Thank you, Bill. We got one, you're jumping it up to 5,000. Number 192, we're doing 5,000 twice. So 25 and 25. We are really getting close here. Okay? Yes? 10,000? Gary Donovan? Shh. We have another $10,000 donation from Gary Donovan, Judicate West. Incredible. Thank you, Gary. All right, we're just gonna go right to $1,000. This is the holiday season. We're gonna go $1,000. Geraldine Lee, 184. Brent Caldwell, 187. I'm gonna call them out, so make sure you mark them down. Whoa, 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 whoa. We got number 335. Oh my gosh. Bud Foster, great mediator. What number was that? 223. Jeffrey Gray, 225. 230. Melissa, 335. The Wacker family. How are you guys? Mr. Howard, 338. 337. Unbelievable, you guys. Who else? We got $1,000. Please write these down so we got them. Number 423, Tom Anton. I can't even pronounce his last name, but he's got a lot of money, folks. $1,000. We got 464, Sullivan Court Reporters. I'm moving. I'm coming by. You guys are already fives. Here we go. Thousands of dollars. $1,000. Here we go. Number 274. We got 279. This is the Bentley Moore table here. 280. 278. Wow, we got a lot of $1,000 donations. Whoops. 277. 282. The Bisnard Chase firm is rocking. Here we go. I'm making my way this way. 252. Oh my God. Sam Nordine. 355 and 356. We got thousands of dollars. Shh. What else do we got? Any more? We got number 101 over there. Thank you so much. Who else do we got? Irene Calderon, 368. Any more around here? We got number 104, another $1,000. Number 227, all the way on the other side of the room. Thank you. That's looking like we got everybody participating here. I didn't see. Number 106. I'm going to come over and say thank you to this gentleman. Look at that cool hat. My gosh. What's that name?
Colin Olson from Steno.
Colin Olson from Steno. Let's hear it for that. All right. We got more over there. Number 319. We got number 415. We got 181, Aaron Hicks. Boy, we got a lot of $1,000 donations. Where's Martha? Martha, you got to be so happy right now. We are just raking it in for you. We got 452, the Sweet James Law Firm is rocking. 264, Eric Dubin, incredible trial lawyer right here. Thank you, Eric Dubin. All right, let's just drop it down to 500. I'm getting tired of talking. Let's go, $500. Anybody who has not donated, please just donate $500 right now. Anybody over there, $500. We got 305, Aaron Perosi. We got number 177. We got 384, Larry Eisenberg. Any other $500 donations? Allegra, 172, thank you. Number 174, thank you for $500. We got Atticus in the back, 333. We got 443. Somebody better be writing this down. 414, the president of the Orange County Abota chapter. We got number 311, Judge Franz Miller, retired, incredible guy. All right. Any other $500 donations? Tiffany, hit somebody over there. Give me one more 500 from one of these people, will you? Here we go. We got a 467. Thank you for that. We got a number 212, another $500. Shh. I think we're good. We got 442 right there. Don't forget, if you want to do something, number 241, thank you for doing that as well. All right. I don't want to shut out any. Oh, we got 441, 324. Whew. I mean, I think we're going to hit our goal here. I really do. Let's hear it for everybody that's donating. You've got those centerpieces in front of you. This is the last call right now. Centerpieces, $250 donation for charity. If you want it for your table, just simply tell me right now. Anybody for $250 donation, just raise your hand or your paddle and we'll call on you. $250 for the centerpieces. This is not going over well. 301, we got 301, we got 465, we got 340, that's $250. Shh, if I catch anybody, 272, walking out with that centerpiece and no 250 in my pocket for this charity, you got trouble. 250, here we go. Anybody else? All right, hey, shh, thank you so much. It is such a pleasure to raise money for an incredible charity, and thank you for all of you who fight the great fight for our clients and who are doing such incredible work. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Let's give another round of applause for Keith Moore. Each year, our Top Gun Selection Committee receives nominations throughout the year for various verdicts and awards that are worthy of a Top Gun award. They spend hours evaluating, vetting, and considering each of these nominations. Ultimately, through a voting process with the board, we arrive at our winners each year, and we have 5 incredible winners this year. I have the honor and privilege of introducing our first winner, Garrett Chambers. Garrett is winning the Young Gun Award this year. In 9 short years of practicing law, Garrett has achieved what many might hope to achieve in an entire career. He's tried 17 cases to verdict. He's an admitted member of ABOTA. He graduated from the Jerry Spence Trial Lawyers College. He's admitted to practice law in 7 jurisdictions: Hawaii, Washington, Colorado, North Dakota, and Washington, D.C., and California. And on top of all that, he's a dedicated leader of the Orange County Trial Lawyers Association. He is currently our secretary. He'll be president in 2028. There's no one that I can think of that's more deserving of the Young Gun Award this year than Garrett Chambers.
I think it was always destiny that I was going to become a lawyer. I know there's a picture of me as a newborn with a future lawyer bib. Growing up, I always revered my dad, and I always enjoyed talking to him about cases. I remember we used to take trips to go see different places where either a collision happened or some kind of incident for one of his clients. I always revered seeing him helping these people that really needed his help. Growing up, I wasn't the best student. I enjoyed playing sports, I enjoyed surfing, and school wasn't my #1 priority. I was kind of just floating around. I was working at a restaurant down in San Clemente, and I thought it was a good job. I made decent money. And then after college, right after I graduated, I actually got a jury summons. And I went down to the courthouse, sat all day, got picked up, came back the next day, and did voir dire. And I got in the box, and I was juror number 12. And I really think the attorneys ran out of peremptory challenges. But it was a criminal case, and I was hooked. It was like a light switch. I just knew I can do what those attorneys are doing, and I could try cases, and that's exactly what I wanted to do. Before I met my wife, I used to be kind of a wing it kind of guy, shoot from the hip, just a gunslinger. But trying cases with her, she sees the trees and I see the forest. She's very detail oriented, and she has zeroed me into practicing and working hard before I ever get into the courtroom. And that really helps with my anxiety or being nervous or having butterflies. There's a slogan that says, "Be you." And oftentimes a lot of trial attorneys, they try to emulate somebody else. And I did that too. I tried to be these big name trial lawyers, and it just didn't work for me. I learned to be myself and to be comfortable in my own skin and try these cases. I don't know what I would do without the OCTLA community. I have grown up with it, with my dad and Peter Nerona and Yoshi Kubota and John DeWart. and seeing how much they got out of OCTLA, just having that connection with those other colleagues to be able to bounce things off, or, hey, do you have this brief, or I have this judge, what do you know about him? It's truly an amazing organization that has done wonders for my practice.
To say that it's an honor to receive the Young Gun Award and share the stage with these amazing trial attorneys that have won this Top Gun this year, and also raising a lot of money for an amazing charity, A Quarter Blue, is an understatement. There are a lot of trial lawyers out there. I consider there's two different type of trial lawyers. One, they try their good cases and settle their bad. And then there's other lawyers that settle their good and try their bad. I'm the latter. Above all, though, it's about the clients. To give the clients opportunity to be heard, to fight for their right for justice. And I've tried a lot of tough cases, but I have a lot of pride given that the clients chose me to be their voice in the courtroom. So first and foremost, I accept this award on their behalf. As trial lawyers, the job is often stressful, exhausting, and at times overwhelming. And there's no way that I would be on this stage and receiving this award without several people in my life that have given me the ability to be a trial lawyer and do what I do. First, I would like to thank my mom and my dad and my sister, who's representing my three younger siblings, Danielle. My mom instilled in me two traits that I try to emulate every day: to always tell the truth and to care about others more than I care about myself. She also told me not to drink, but 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Thank you. My dad, who taught me a strong work ethic, who motivated me to do my best and to always strive for more. He used to tell me, never leave anything in the tank. He has been preparing me since as far as I can remember to become a trial lawyer. So thank you, Dad. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, Danielle. I also have my Segros and my Cuneta here today. They came all the way down from the Bay Area, whom for the past 11 years have been extremely supportive of my wife and I in our endeavor to becoming trial lawyers and successful business partners. My Segra actually flew down every other week for 6 weeks when we were in our last trial this last summer to help us watch our kids while we tried it. Thank you. I am forever grateful to you and Mr. Cervantes for your unwavering support and love, and to my wife and I. Thank you. I also have my daughter here tonight, Kira. My son is at home, hopefully asleep by now, Wyatt. And despite the exhaustion of having 2 kids 2 years apart, they provide me happiness, love, and pride. And everything I do for them. Te amo, Kira and Osito. And lastly, my wife, my ride or die wife. Chantal, you are beautiful, intelligent, feisty as hell. And hands down, my best lawyering I ever did was persuading you to marry me. There's a saying that says, behind every great man is a strong woman. And that is absolutely not the truth. My greatness, if any, is because I have a strong woman side by side. Lockstep together as a team to achieve our goals, being the best versions of ourselves as trial lawyers, parents, and spouses. Trying cases with you is my favorite part of being a trial lawyer. You're my trial partner, my best friend, my mother of my children, but most of all, you're the love of my life. You're my everything. I love you always and forever. Thank you. Thank you, OCTLA.
All right. Congratulations, Garrett. It's my privilege to welcome up to the stage our president-elect, Aaron Hicks, to introduce our next Top Gun winner. Aaron.
Damn, Garrett, you're gonna make me cry. Wow. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Our next Top Gun winner is in the area of medical malpractice. And our honoree this evening is a fantastic trial attorney and a very good friend of mine, Jason Argos. Jason is being honored tonight based upon his outstanding work and tremendous jury verdict in the case of Conway versus Ballard Rehab. Jason is the founding partner of Argos Law in Newport Beach. He has dedicated his entire career to medical malpractice, representing those who have been harmed by medical negligence. He was barred to practice in law in 2011 here in California. He is also barred in Minnesota. He volunteers his time and gives back to the legal community. He serves on the executive board of CAOC. He's also on the executive committee of OCTLA, and he'll become president of this organization in 2029, right after Garrett. Also, he just became a member of ABOTA this week. So you're having a hell of a week, Jason. Many of you know that Jason is very competitive in everything that he does, and it serves him well as a trial lawyer. Going back from being a quarterback at the University of Arizona, his time on the golf course, embarrassing his competition, and the amount of work that he puts into his cases getting them ready for trial. We all know medical malpractice cases are extremely tough for plaintiffs, so he obtained a truly remarkable result in this case. Let's watch the video.
The decedent's name was Stanley Conway. He was in his early 50s at the time of his passing. He was a deputy sheriff for the county of San Bernardino, on his way home from work and got into a horrible wreck, was airlifted to Loma Linda, where they literally had to put him back together like an erector set. The surgeries that they performed at Loma Linda went really, really well. Approximately post-op day 3 or 4, they started him on a drug called enoxaparin. Now that you're not moving, your risk for the development of a DVT, deep venous thrombosis, is very high. Loma Linda, on post-op day 9, releases him to an inpatient rehabilitation center. While he's at the facility, he's continuing to receive the enoxaparin. The internist managing Mr. Conway's care made the decision to discontinue the enoxaparin altogether upon discharge. So he sends Mr. Conway home without the enoxaparin. Mr. Conway tells his wife that he doesn't feel very well and then collapses to the ground. Ultimately passes away at the ER from DVT. For his wife, Julie, to see her husband come out of those surgeries and make it, and then just have him die because he wasn't kept on a medication that he should have been kept on, it's devastating. The records from these rehab facilities are a nightmare for trial attorneys. There's a lot of handwritten notes, and one of the activities that came up was that Stan was able to play wheelchair volleyball. The plan for them was to use these PT and OT notes to justify the decision to send him home based on the gains that he had made. When the wife was on the stand, the widow, I had an opportunity to ask her some questions about this wheelchair volleyball. And she said, well, the therapist would blow up a balloon and put it into the air and ask the patients to keep the balloon above ground. At any point in time was a net set up where they were setting volleyballs to each other and spiking them across the net. No, I never saw that. The physician basically took away Mr. Conway's opportunity at a full recovery. The jury instructions allow us to look at what an otherwise reasonably competent, skillful, careful internal medicine physician would have done under the same or similar circumstances. And in these circumstances, there was no other option, especially after I'd been told for 6 years that the case was garbage, that you're gonna lose on physician judgment call, the causation aspects are weak. The best thing that came out of this was seeing Julie after the verdict. And then, and I've never seen this before, and I probably never will again, the defendant physician walked over, hugged her, and apologized. So yeah, I get a little choked up thinking about it.
Please welcome to the stage this year's Top Gun Award winner for medical malpractice, Jason Argos.
So they don't let us see the video until tonight. So that's the first time I saw it too. I have no top lip. And apparently I need to lose a little bit of weight too, Jesus. But I do have my aviators on tonight. So, this is so cool, by the way. The first Top Gun event I attended was November of 2016 with Sean Burke. He told me that night when we were grabbing a drink in line that I would be up here someday, and I just kind of laughed it off. And Shawnee, I'm here, buddy. I have my amazing parents here tonight, my beautiful mother-in-law, mentor and friend Jeff Mitchell, and his girlfriend Jill, my rock star paralegal Danielle, my amazing wife, and last but not least, Clarky Boy is here tonight too. Love you, buddy. So just real quick, first of all, thank you to Julie Conway for giving me the opportunity to be a voice for her husband. Sean had always said that the marvels of modern medicine had saved Stanley Conway's life. And it was a decision to discontinue a medication that took it. And that really was the case that evening. And I am so grateful for Sean to hand the reins over to me to try this case. It was the first complaint I ever drafted working for Sean, and then ended up taking it to verdict last year. And Sean, thank you so much, bud. Really. I also, I just want to say a quick thank you to anyone who is the spouse or a partner of a trial attorney in this room. This job at times can be as equally brutal as it can be rewarding. And there is nothing better than to have someone at home in your corner supporting you 24/7, 365. Thank you, Erica. And then the last thing I want to say is not only am I so excited to win this award, but I'm so excited to be in this group of award winners. So first of all, Arsh, you are my freaking hero, dude. You and I were trying a case. So you were in Department 3 and I was in Department 4, or the other way around. Either way, we were giving closing argument at the same time. Arsh, sees me downstairs, this is Spring Street Courthouse, sees me downstairs and tells me, "You're trying a med mal case? Dude, you got to come in with me and try some PI cases." You are nothing but kind and supportive, and I appreciate that, and I love you. Thank you so much. John Manley, buddy, you are a friggin' behemoth in our industry. What you did with, hey, in general, hey, buddy, USA Gymnastics, USC, UCLA, everything that you have done for sexually abused victims is freaking incredible. And then where's Edge? Where are you, Edge? Ricardo's in here somewhere. Ricardo. Oh, he's over here. Edge, buddy, Jeff Mitchell down here, this knucklehead, he introduced me to you. You and I become fast friends. And what you do to expose the corruption in the American insurance industry, second to none, buddy. Hats off to you. And Garrett, our young gun. Buddy, I'm so proud of you, and I'm so proud to serve on the board with you, and I can't wait to follow you as your VP. Everyone, thank you so much for being here tonight. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much.
Here, come over this way.
All right, congratulations, Jason. Our next award winner in the category of Distinguished Achievement is John Manley. When anyone asks for an attorney referral for someone who represents survivors of sexual abuse, only one name comes to mind: John Manley of Manley Stewart Finaldi. While many firms throughout the nation market themselves as industry leaders, John literally is the preeminent attorney in the United States for survivors of sexual abuse. Throughout his career, John has taken on some of the largest and most formidable opponents in the nation, including academic and religious institutions, corporations, and government entities, including school districts, universities, United States Gymnastics, and the FBI. On more than 10 different occasions, John has secured 9-figure settlements for his clients. It is my honor to introduce this year's winner of the 2024 Distinguished Achievement Award, John Manley.
Our case started with a woman named Jamie Dancher. Jamie grew up in St. Demas.
Dancher off to a great start tonight.
Was a U.S. national team gymnast and was a member of the 2000 Olympic team. And she had no idea that there were other victims. She just knew it happened to her, and she didn't want to have it happen to another child. We initially filed as a doe, and immediately Nassar's supporters outed her name on social media, said terrible things about her. And I think the message that gave me is, if she's willing to do this, we're willing to fight for her. And it wasn't just me, my partner Vince Finaldi, it was my partner Morgan Stewart, it was Bart Dalton, a lawyer in Delaware, and this amazing civil rights lawyer in Michigan named Steve Drew. Larry Nassar had been the Olympic team physician for about 25 years. He was hired by Marta and Bella Karolyi. They brought essentially the Soviet style of gymnastics in terms of the way they treat their athletes to the United States. And in that environment, Larry Nassar thrived. And what he did over 25 years is abuse America's greatest female athletes sexually under the guise of medical care. Not only did the U.S. Olympic Committee, USA Gymnastics, know that he was doing this and knowingly put them in harm's way, but the FBI engaged in a full-scale conspiracy with those two organizations to conceal it. This was reported by Allie Raisman, the two-time team captain of the U.S. Women's Elite Gymnastics team, by Michaela Maroney, a gold medalist, and Maggie Nichols, a world champion. The FBI never served a subpoena for records on him, never searched his house, never did anything. A defense lawyer for USA Gymnastics had worked on abuse cases, and that was not disclosed to us. And that judge had been a partner at the firm that represented USA Gymnastics, and that wasn't disclosed either. And they did everything within their power to nail us. They hired lobbyists. They tried their best to defeat these women, and they couldn't. You know, testifying in front of the United States Senate and having everybody from the most left-wing senator you can think of to the most Republican senator you can think of agreeing is a rare thing. We sued Michigan State University, where he worked as a doctor. We sued the U.S. Olympic Committee. We sued USA Gymnastics, and eventually we filed claims against the FBI. We didn't get to a lawsuit because they settled. And the thing I'm most proud of is that we were able to not only get the result, but I think fundamentally change the way athletes, especially amateur athletes, are treated in the Olympic system and otherwise.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I am amazed I'm here. You know, I see Mark Robinson in the audience, and when I was a young defense lawyer, whenever a lawsuit from his firm came across my desk, I trembled. And to be in the company of so many great lawyers is amazing. I'm lucky because I had great clients. We certainly took advantage of them, but I've also had amazing people. My partners, Vince Finaldi, Morgan Stewart, and Courtney Tom. Courtney, would you stand up? And the U.S. Senate hearing you just saw happened because a woman who's our client advocate named Janet Keller, who's kind of our firm muse. Janet, stand up. And my children, Christina, Dana, Second Lieutenant John Manley from the U.S. Marine Corps, and my son Ron, stand up Ron, who's currently working in the Superior Court. I hope he's not a defendant in the Superior Court, but we're really not sure. I also want to thank Mark Minyard, because if not for Mark, I would be standing in front of you with a barrel and suspenders. But that joke, sorry. But those of you who know Mark, he's a family lawyer. I want to thank the board, and my parents are gone, but my dad served in World War II. My mom was an opera singer. He came from a farm in Iowa, and came to this country, excuse me. Well, if you've been to Iowa, California is a different country. Came to California to Fort Ord for basic training in 1944 and thought, I'm never going back to Iowa. But his Midwestern sensibilities and the acknowledgement that with hard work, you can do anything, but also you're not better than anyone. And those values served me extremely well. The other thing is I'm a little pissed that I wasn't the Young Gun awardee, but you know, and I really appreciate you calling me a behemoth. I'm on Bonjaro, bro. Take it easy. All right. I also want to thank, believe it or not, my banker, Josh Ellen from B of A. If you have poor credit, have an alcohol problem, and are of questionable character, he's your guy. But in all seriousness, I I will never forget the day Jamie Dancher walked into that conference room. And, you know, a lot of people have taken credit for Nassar. I've been at conferences where somebody actually said they settled the Nassar cases, and I don't know them. Pretty incredible. But that woman, and people don't understand that everybody now knows Larry Nassar is a monster. But when she came forward and raised her hand, everybody thought he was innocent. And for months, she got pounded. And she is about this tall. She has more perfect tens than anybody in the history of college gymnastics. It was basically an unknown name, never took credit for it. But it shows you that if one person raises their hand and tells the truth, that it can change the world. And she did. So. And I also want to say what we do is important. People don't realize the risks we take, the financial risks, the personal risks, and sometimes fighting for thankless causes. And frequently we lose, some more than others, Counselor. But I've never, ever regretted doing what we do. And I'm really proud to be among you tonight. Thank you. Thanks.
All right. Our next Top Gun winner this evening is in the area of insurance bad faith. He needs no introduction. It's Mr. Ricardo Echeverria. Ricardo is being honored tonight for his amazing jury verdict in the case of Selk versus Geico. He is a partner at Chernoff, Bedart, Echeverria in Claremont. Ricardo and his firm are widely known as the premier insurance bad faith firm in the entire nation. He's been practicing law since 1993, handling insurance bad faith and catastrophic personal injury cases. He is the past president of Gala. He is a member of ABOTA. He's a past OCTLA Top Gun winner in 2021. He is also a member of the Inner Circle of Advocates, which are considered to be the top 100 plaintiff lawyers in the country. He has 23 7- and 8-figure verdicts. He also has the largest guitar collection signed by rock stars, even bigger than the Hall of Fame in Cleveland. No, seriously, he is a phenomenal trial lawyer. He is always giving back to the legal community. He's a frequent speaker at our seminars. He is always helping younger lawyers with their cases. There's nobody more worthy of this award than Ricardo Echeverria.
Malty Selk was riding a motorcycle and Vanessa Tran was driving a white Honda that was insured by Geico. She had a $100,000 policy. So the accident happens and Malty Selk was badly injured. And he doesn't really remember what happened in the accident. He knows that the police report says that he's at fault, but he thinks that he got rear-ended. And so then you look at it and say, okay, what did Geico know at that time? They interviewed their insured. And Vanessa Tran really didn't remember what happened in the accident, but the police officer at the scene told her that she got rear-ended. And so she then told Geico, I got rear-ended, it wasn't my fault. Then there was an independent witness. He said that the motorcyclist rear-ended the Honda. Moreover, the police officer conclusion in the report found fault with the motorcyclist, Selk, saying he rear-ended the Honda. Progressive, which was the insurance company for Selk's motorcycle, accepted responsibility and said that their insured, Selk, was at fault for rear-ending the Honda. Geico had all this information in the file and they rejected the policy limit demand. But there were two things that they did not do. Number one is there was another eyewitness, a gentleman named John Doctor, And if you read his statement in the police report, it says that the motorcyclist rear-ended the Honda, and it also says the Honda rear-ended the motorcyclist. And they can't both be true. When they tried to call John Doctor, they made one attempt, got a wrong number, and then they denied the claim. And they needed to clarify what his statement was because he had the best vantage point to tell us exactly what happened. He came in and testified, and he made it crystal clear that the police report was wrong, the witnesses were wrong, he saw all of it, the motorcycle was in front of the Honda, got rear-ended, flipped over, and hit the rear windshield. And that's how the damage to the rear of the Honda happened. The second thing, and the most common sense thing, is they looked at the photographs of the Honda, but they never looked at the photographs of the motorcycle. And when you did, the back end of the motorcycle was destroyed. The front end didn't have a scratch. And later on, when they did hire an accident reconstructionist, all he did was looked at the photographs and say the motorcycle got rear-ended. It was that simple. When you try these cases, you're looking for jurors who have empathy and can understand human suffering. In this case, I wanted the exact opposite. I wanted every engineer, accountant, anal retentive person I could find that are rule followers. And if you don't dot the I's and you don't cross the T's, you pay the consequences. It was definitely one of the most challenging bad faith cases I've had because Geico could talk about a lot of things they did right. And all I could keep doing was come back, yeah, but there's two things you didn't do. The two most fundamental important things, because you could do 99 things right on a 100-point checklist. It's that one thing, and if you don't do it and a disaster happens, are you really going to say that that's reasonable?
Good evening, everyone. It's really an honor to be here. For starters, for the other award recipients that I'm up here with, I get to see my dear friend Arash Amanpour winning tonight, and he and I have kind of been conjoined at the hip for 25 years of our careers. And then my good friend Jason Argo's winning, of course, John Manley and Garrett. This case, what I'm proud of, represents what many members of this organization go through. You have a case that has significant damages, but you got a minimal policy that can respond to it. And I'm proud of this case for two reasons. Number one, it's an example of the amount of determination, effort, and perseverance you need to get this kind of result. This accident happened in 2012. And that was the time when Geico had the chance to settle the case for $100,000, and they had a lot of stuff in their favor. But they had a chance to settle it in 2012. They didn't. A plaintiff lawyer in San Jose, Tim McMahon, took the case on an open policy, invested in it, hired the experts, worked it up, took it to a jury trial in San Jose in 2017, and got a $7 million verdict. Then he calls me and handed the baton to me. And we get an assignment, and now I file a bad faith case against Geico to get them to pay a $7 million judgment plus interest on a $100,000 policy. I filed that in 2017. We worked that up, and now I try the bad faith case in 2023. Tried it with Kristen Hobbs, who's here tonight, in San Jose. And we win, and we get the judgment. And we settled it earlier this year for $7+ million. In all, 2 lawsuits, 2 jury verdicts to get a $100,000 policy to pay $7+ million to a deserving client. Second reason that case was, I think, important and why I'm proud of it is it does send a message to the insurance industry, the Geicos, the Progressives, the Infinities of the world, who get these policy limit demands, to take them seriously and to do the right thing, because if they don't, you pay the consequences. They pay attention to this. But as you can tell from the video, it was a very, very difficult case. And I've told many people who are my friends that this was the most difficult bad faith case I've ever tried. And I was saddled up in a hotel in San Jose for a month and trying this case. And I got a call from a buddy on the weekend. He says, "Ricardo, how's the trial going?" So I don't know. It's the honest answer. I don't know. I feel like I'm in a Rocky fight, heavyweight battle. Every day I'm throwing hard right hooks, and every day I'm taking hard left hooks. And I have no idea how this jury's going to see this thing. And my buddy says, "It's okay. Just got to have a positive attitude. You can never lose a jury trial." So what do you mean? Positive attitude, never lose a jury trial. He says, "I've never lost a jury trial." Oh, come on. This is a buddy of mine, tried cases for 30 years. I said, it can't be true. He says, "No, I've never lost a jury trial. I keep a positive attitude." I said, "I don't believe it. I just can't believe it." "No, I swear to you, I've never lost a jury trial." Now, there have been occasions where the jury got it wrong, but I've never lost a jury trial. You know, I looked it up before coming here, and this Top Gun award has been given now for 29 years. And I looked at it, and this is only the second time that an insurance bad faith trial has been honored. The first and the last time was 12 years ago. And I thought in light of that, I might share with you a memorable insurance bad faith trial that I had. And it was memorable for not just the fact that it was a bad faith trial, because it was also the first trial that my parents got to see me give a closing argument. My parents are both Basque immigrants, came here from Spain in the 50s and 60s. And they never stepped foot in a courtroom. And they came to watch me give a closing argument. This was 20 years ago. And that was their first experience in court, was to see me give a closing argument. And this case was important because it was the first of the 2003 wildfires in Southern California to go to trial. Insurance, there were hundreds of cases. So the industry was targeting this case. They had an army of insurance lawyers and me on the other side. They wanted to send a message to win this case. And it was a very simple bad faith case. We tried it in Pomona. I was fighting over $200,000 in insurance benefits and punitive damages. And that's it. Real simple case. And it was extremely contentious. And my parents come down from Bakersfield to watch me give the closing argument. And I get up and I give the closing argument. And then the other side gets up and they give their closing argument. And it was extremely contentious. I mean, it was Mr. Echeverria said this, Mr. Echeverria said that, and Mr. Echeverria said this, coming after me. We took a short break before the rebuttal, and I'm in Pomona and walking the hallways. There's jurors walking around, and there's my mother and father standing in the corner. And I walked up to my mother, who is visibly angry at this point. All 5 foot nothing of her is ready to slap the defense lawyer. And I walked up to my mom and I said, "Amma, what do you think?" And she said, "Ricardo, I do not like the way that man was talking about you." I said, "Amma, it's okay. You got to have a thick skin to this stuff." Now, my father, on the other hand, is completely the opposite. He's smiling. He couldn't be happier. And come to find out, the reason he's happy, because he figures if the other side is that upset, you're probably punching the right buttons. So I asked my father, I said, "Aita, what do you think?" And he looks around and with a smile on his face, he says, "Ricardo, I don't know, but the other side say Mr. Echeverria full of shit." So I go back in the trial, finish up the closing, and the next day I got a verdict. And I call my father, he's up in Bakersfield. And he answers the phone, yellow. Hey, Ita, we got a verdict today. Oh yeah? What'd the jury do? Well, they awarded us $200,000 and they found malice, oppression, and fraud. So there's gonna be a punitive damage phase tomorrow. Oh yeah? Well, congratulations and good luck tomorrow. So the next day, I go in for the punitive damage phase, and it's very simple. 5-minute opening statement, put on one witness about financial worth, give a short closing argument. The jury's got the case by noon. By 4:30, I got a punitive damage verdict. And I call my father that night, and he answers the phone, yellow. Hey, Ita, we got a punitive damage verdict today. Oh yeah? What'd the jury do? They awarded us $5.1 million. And my father pauses for a moment and says, Ricardo, maybe you should go back again tomorrow. There's a lot of people to thank, and there's not enough time to do it. I would just start by thanking everyone from my office, my partners, the lawyers, paralegal staff. I can't name everybody, to the friends and family that have come here as well, and also to you and this great organization. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart.
Step aside, partner, it's my day. Bend the knee and listen to my word.
All right. Congratulations, Ricardo. Our final Top Gun winner of this evening in the category of personal injury is Arash Hamanpour. In 2018, Arash won the Top Gun Award for Products Liability. I sat in the audience in awe as he told a story about a family whose house caught on fire due to a defective space heater. The entire house burned down. Everyone got out alive except for the mother. She passed away. He secured a $60 million verdict in that case. But I soon learned that was par for the course for Arash. His eight-figure verdicts are routinely highlighted in the Daily Journal, and he's a highly sought-after speaker up and down the state. But tonight, he has outdone himself. 6 years later, it's my honor to introduce him again, this time with a $100 million verdict on behalf of a woman who suffered life-altering injuries. Ladies and gentlemen, this year's OCTLA Top Gun winner for personal injury, Arash Hamanpour.
There were two issues that we had to really establish, which was the hotel liable? That was an easy one. They had an internal policy that if someone is suspecting a guest or has some reason that they're not responding, the hotel rule requires that the hotel send 2 trained individuals to the room and get eyes on the person to see if they are or are not in need of medical care or other emergency care. The hotel didn't follow this rule. The second core issue was establishing that Miss O'Malley's catastrophic short-term memory loss was not caused by the original burst aneurysm, but was a secondary injury caused by the failure to get medical attention. That was a very difficult issue because there is not a lot of empirical evidence explaining how the process works. There was just so much disparity in the responses we got from different experts and consultants, and it wasn't a function of the truth. It was just a function of this was a particular issue that had not been studied, had not been well documented, or even understood by experts. And that's because if someone suffers a burst aneurysm, you don't leave them unattended to see what happens to the human body when you don't get medical attention. Once that blood vessel burst, Miss O'Malley needed immediate medical attention to prevent what was a secondary injury from not getting medical attention. And ultimately, the facts lined up with this was a secondary injury caused by the failure to get medical attention. And her brain injury was so bad that our experts explained she needs 3 different people to work with her during the day, up to 5 people, because she needs 24-hour supervision. Literally, you couldn't leave her alone. If you left her alone, she would get up in the middle of the night, get in her car, and go drive because she thought she had a jazzercise class to teach. And so really, it was just a traumatic injury, and the jury's damage award reflected how traumatic and catastrophic her injuries were. Orange County Trial Lawyers Association is giving me this award. But really it's a reflection of the collaboration between me, Matt Byron, and John Roberts working on this case. Working with John and with Matt really exemplifies why we're all plaintiff lawyers. We're in it to make a difference and make the world a safer place and hold bad, big, evil companies accountable. Is it my, okay, hello, you can't hear me, all right. So first of all, I want to just acknowledge John and Matt. So just everyone, this is important. I'm going to give a little lecture and a little acknowledgement. The little lecture is the following. So many times we think of humans and we think of things and we read about somebody and we are like impressed and we're like, wow, that was amazing. And we just let it go into the ether and we don't acknowledge them. Hey, that was a great result I read in the Daily Journal. Or I read, publications and see opinions. I'm like, how did you come up with that theory? It's so amazing. So I read this opinion called O'Malley versus Diamond Resorts, where Matt reversed summary judgment in Orange County Court, where the court granted summary judgment, and he used a novel theory called assumption of duty, which means if the hotel promises to do something and the husband relies on it, not coming to the hotel to check on his wife, that's an assumption of duty. So I read the article about it, and I called him and said, dude, this is so amazing, because not many people are that creative in my experience and would use something like that. And I gave him a lot of kudos. A year later, he calls me and he says, hey, do you remember that case that you called and congratulated me on? So my point is, if I had not reached out to acknowledge him, I would not be standing here with this great result, with this great, victory for this family. So just encouraging you to I have a life hack. If you think of someone 30 years ago, 10 years ago, a week ago, text them or call them. There is a reason that message is being decoded to you of that person, and you need to follow through because we're all about human connection, and you literally never know where it's going to take you. But I was put on this earth. I'm resilient, I'm powerful, I'm given this talent, and I can handle it, and we saw it all the way through. It was a very, very tough case. I mean, not only did so what happened was, I want to point out, people it's kind of absurd we talk about all the money, 100 million, billion. It really isn't about the money. But in this case, unfortunately, with Mr. Manley will attest, the only way you get these attention is with their pocketbook. Hilton bought a subsidiary, and instead of training the hotel staff on how to use this rule that was literally designed to prevent people from being unattended and dying or getting raped or murdered or whatever, they didn't implement the rule, they didn't train anyone on the rule, and they understaffed this hotel to save money. And then here we have the byproduct of that is this woman with the worst short-term memory injury you can think of. She brushes her teeth and after 2 minutes forgets what she's doing and gets violent and agitated. You cannot leave her alone. So this is a very tragic case, and the $100 million, it was a $60 million verdict, and then we got $30 million in 998 interest because of COVID. The one, lots of silver linings in COVID was the delay going to trial resulted in $30 million in 998 interest. And, that's the penalty these had to pay. And it was just a beautiful thing to be humble internally, to just know you're on the right side, to really give it your all. And then this is a reflection of what you do and just kind of getting a grand slam. So I really want this result. It's not about the money. I just want it to be inspirational for all the lawyers in this room and outside of this room who know they've got the talent. They were put on this earth to make a difference. They were here to right the wrongs, to represent the weakest among us against the most powerful among us. Just don't underestimate how powerful we fucking are. I wrote a song when I was 13. I was a punk band, and it was like, "Don't with me." And I literally just thought of it. I was like, I wrote a song called "Don't with me." I'm like, it's a premonition. And so I'm going to leave you with this. I'm going to change it to "Don't with us." There you go. Thank you.
And so I come to you, my love, my heart above my head.
Arasham pour, everybody. All right, everyone. That's our program for tonight. Thank you again to all of our sponsors and our donors for making tonight such a great success. We could not do it without your support. Thank you to Keith Moore, our auctioneer, for helping us raise money. Thank you to Kelly Deutsch and Verdict Videos for providing these great Top Gun videos and creating memories for our winners. We appreciate your continued support each and every year. The Top Gun program will be available on OCTLA's YouTube channel in case anyone wants to rewatch it. A couple of reminders: if you want a silent auction item tonight or raised your hand to give a cash donation and we did not get to your table, please visit the auction checkout table in the gallery before you leave. Thank you to our after party sponsor, Rizio Lipinski, for hosting. It's going to be in the pavilion, not Bar Pendry, but to the left. It's a private after party for our OCTLA members. It's by the pool. You're all invited to stay. Continue the celebration. Our DJ is Chris Chan, DJ Z. As you leave tonight, please enjoy coffee, bottled water, snacks, compliments of our late night host, Hicks Law Firm. Thank you again for coming. Have a good night.